Hello Craftaholics, welcome back to my studio, and if this is your first time here, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Peggy and welcome to my studio. So last month, I didn't do any videos on Kendra's card challenge. I couldn't get inspired. And if you don't know what that is, let me show you real quick. Kendra shows you how to take 6 sheets of 6x6 cardstock, cut them down, and then she'll give sketches, card sketches for, I've seen up to 17, I think, but this month it is for 15 sketches, and the card sketches look like this. So we will be working on these, but I wanted to show you what I'm going to be using because I am extremely inspired by this. September is my birthday month, and this is actually probably going up on Labor Day, which is my birthday this year, on the 4th, and I wanted to do something really, really special. So I've had this set for a while. It's one of a auto ship from HSN, from Crafter's Companion, and the first one was a wedding related set, but this one, oh, it's so gorgeous. Anyway, let me show you what's inside. It's called Butterflies and Blooms, and there's over 90 elements, and everything is in these boxes to be creative with. So even the box itself is beautiful. I plan on using this for something. Anyway, when you open it up, I've already separated some of the papers out, but let me put those aside for right now. But there are dies and stamps and stencils. So this is the first die, and it is an edge die. That's how it cuts out. You know, I love butterflies. I have fibromyalgia, and purple butterflies are our symbol. So, sorry, that's going to keep opening. But then you have this little die, which is a corner die, and it cuts out like that. I haven't used any of these yet. I've been waiting so patiently. Then here I have some stamps, and there is actually a coordinating edge die to cut out. It cuts out this flower into the edge of a card. There is an embossing folder, which is really, really pretty. Then we have just some stamps, but really pretty sentiments, and I love they always do gorgeous butterflies. You have another set of stamps, and I love this one, the postcard. I think it's just beautiful. We have another little set. We have these 3 dies that cut out these 3 stamps. Very pretty. Then there's just a set of really, really small dies. And I think, yeah, they showed a sample on the back of what they did with them. But just really, really cute. Doing the teeny tiny little butterfly. I think I actually may have used this once, that little butterfly once. Then we have a die that says lovely. I know it's hard to read, but it says right here, lovely sentiment. And then on the back, it has other words to go with it. I know they're still in the plastic, and I apologize for that. I didn't want to take anything out yet. I didn't want to lose anything. Then we have, there's these dies. And yep, they make a flower. And then there's this beautiful, beautiful die here. And that's what it looks, it's gorgeous. It is just simply gorgeous. And you can cut it right out of the paper, or it also has, where you can cut it out completely. And then there is a stencil. It's like let me take this one out. It's a collage stencil. So, and even the packagings can be used. So okay, look, here we go. Let me move things around just a second. Okay. I don't know if you can see it very well, but I was just trying to get it over. Let me move this for a second. Okay. I had things falling on me now. Wait a minute. Things are falling in the studio. Good Lord. Okay. Oi. Anywho, that's a better way to see the stencil. Isn't that pretty? It's like faux writing and then all the butterflies. Just gorgeous. Okay, so those are the elements. And then we have papers that come with them also. Put this back in the box. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna move this out of the way while I show you. That's just a little card that comes with it. Okay, let me move this out of the way. Okay, so papers that come with it, I've already sorted. It always comes with solids and with prints. I've already sorted through and pulled out my papers that I'm going to be using. Here are the ones that I did not, and there's 2 of each. They are 8x8, so I will be cutting them down to use them. But, so there is this paper. I'll show you fronts and backs. And then that is the back. They're just so darn pretty. Then there's this paper. And that is the back of it. I think they're very romantic looking as well. And we have this paper. It was really hard to choose what to use. And then there's one with all the gorgeous purple butterflies on it. I love this. In the back. I tried to choose papers that had more of a solid-ish back. So it took me quite a while to figure out what I wanted to use. This one, there's the back. They're just simply gorgeous. Then we have this and the back of this one. Okay. Now, those are the prints I did not choose. Let me put those in the back. I'm running out of room. Okay. What I did choose, and I actually have them in order of how I'm going to use them. Because you have 6 different pages. So this is the side I'll be using. I try it, like I said, I try to do like a solid-ish color and then a print. Now, that's the other side. And I'm really not into oranges that much, so I don't really mind just using that side. Then this is the print, which does have some oranges in it. And that's the other side of it. So those are my first 2. I'll put those over there. Then this page, I'm not so keen on this part. So I may actually get creative when I'm cutting and try to avoid this portion because I really don't care for that very much. But I do have 2 sheets. Like I said, I should be able to get creative and cut out of the rest of it. But that's the other side of that one. And then this one, which is very pretty. With a lot of pinks. There's a lot of pinks mixed in there. And then that's the other side of that one. And then this one, which is just gorgeous. And that's the opposite side of it. And then this is my last one, is this one. And that's the back side of it. So, those are the prints that I have chosen for my main papers. My main 6 pages. And then there are also, and this is, it's all pretty, well, this cardstock is thinner. It's probably about a 65 pound, I would say. And then they give the solid linen. And it's got, I don't know if you can see, yep, there you go, the linen texture on it. But it's this, and it's a bit thicker, a little bit thicker. One thing I don't like about their papers is that they are white core, which means it's 2 thin pieces adhere to a solid, a white core. And a lot of times with this, I will use ink on the edges just so that you don't see that. And an easy way to tell when you're looking at a paper pack, if you look at the side and it looks all white or mostly white-ish, it's got a white core. But it comes in this gorgeous deep purple, which is actually, it's a little bit deeper than it looks on the monitor. This beige, and then there is a lighter purple. Okay, so I got those. And I'm also going to be adding in with them, I'm going to be adding in some coffee stain paper because I think it goes really, really well with the vintagey look of everything. And at Hobby Lobby, I got, it's 65-pound cardstock, but it is parchment looking. So, I mean, I'm sure you can see how it looks there. And there's a bunch of different colors. So I think I'm going to use some of these with the cards. And then for the bases, because I was like, I don't want to do black, and I don't want to do white or like ivory. So I also got at Hobby Lobby, it's different craft, but it is 80-pound cardstock. So I'm going to use this for the bases. And again, let me move that. It comes in a variety of colors. So there is a white, but it looks brighter on the screen, but it's muted. And then the peach, and then regular craft color. And I don't know if you can see, but yeah, you can see the detail in there. So it's actually, it goes really well again with all of this. So that is what I'm going to be using. I am going to cut my papers off camera and get everything organized, and then we'll come back and we'll get started. Be back in a minute. Okay, so here's all of my Sketch 1 stuff, and this here is my Sweet Petunia, the glue stand, which I got just a few days ago, but I wanted to actually use it before I went ahead and did a review on it. So give me about a week and I will have a video up on this. Like I said, I wanted to try it first, but anyway, let's get back to here. Okay, so Sketch 1, here are all my pieces. I'm gonna put my base aside for a second. I'm gonna start by gluing these pieces together. And I am actually using Nuvo glue. That's what comes with the stand. So I guess I'll be able to do a review on the glue and the stand at the same time. Anyway, because I've never used it either. Skip. Okay, there's that. And now on this are going to be the 2 tags. I think I want to put, this actually has some tape on it because I made a boo-boo on the other side. And I actually taped it down to my MISTI instead of trying to just use a magnet. So I think I'm going to put it maybe up a little bit. Okay, I'm just going to stick that together. Now, it calls for a bow, and I do have this seam binding that I did a couple of videos ago. So I'm going to use some of it. Scissors, here we go. I'm just going to take a little bit off of there. Put that aside. I'm going to trim the end off that got all ooky. Put that aside. Then I'm just doing a really, really basic kind of, it called for a bow, but I'm not going to do a bow. I'm just going to do a very basic, just put it in half, put the loop through the holes. Okay, could have been a little bit bigger, I will say, to do this part. Then you just pull the 2 ends through and pull. Being careful not to rip anything. Oh, why is nothing working for me today? For some reason, it wants to stay poofy like that. Okay. There we go. So that'll work. So that'll sit that way. And I will glue these down. I don't know, maybe I won't glue them down. I think it's kind of neat with them moving. So now just to figure out where I want this, which I think is just going to kind of be like that. Maybe we should pop this up. Now, you know what? I'm just going to glue this down flat. Honestly. There. And I'm going to put it kind of right about there. Okay. Now, I've got the word lovely that I think I'm going to put there. And then I've got my two little butterflies to use. Where did I put... Oh, there, my tweezers. Just in case I need them. Oh, which I actually do need them. Okay. Because this is my first time actually using this glue stand, so... So far I like it, but like I said, I will be doing a review on that in another video. Okay. Let me just find a good spot. I like that. There we go. Then I cut out a couple butterflies. I want to definitely put one there, but I'm only going to put glue in the middle. There we go. So I actually got some on the wing. I didn't mean to do that. Get that off of there. Okay. Put one there. And this way, with it only glued in the middle, you can actually fold the wings up on it as well. Get a little bit of movement in there. There we go. Like that. Okay. I don't know how long the glue takes to dry either. So like I said, it's my first time using both. And I think the second one, I think I'm gonna put it right there. I think I'm gonna put it right there also on the tag. Just a little dot. And there we go. Gonna hold that down. Pop up my wings a little bit. Okay. I like it. I'm very happy with that. So I'm gonna take my card base, making sure it's opening the proper way. You know, maybe, we'll pop the base up. Let me reach over here and get some tape. I didn't have any ready. I'm sorry. Okay. And this is a big old wheel of foam tape from Ultinu. So, okay, let's see. Let me get some non-stick scissors here. I am going to turn this over. Let's see. This is interesting to deal with, something this large. But I've seen a lot of people use it and with really good results. So that is why I am also trying it. Cut that down a little bit. Plop that in the middle there. Come on, baby. Okay. A little bit long as well. Just plop that there. And just to make it even, here, plop another piece there. Okay. Put that aside. Ugh. Then let me just get something pokey. Oops. I am going to be doing a video soon on tools that I use on a regular basis. Kind of like a basic lineup of tools. So that will be coming soon also. And I'm only doing three of the cards. Boy, that's really sticky. 3 of the cards in this video because I don't want it to end up being too long. Now what I'm going to do, let's try this. I'm going to put a little bit of glue See if we can get ourselves a little bit of wiggle room from all of this. Just to make sure I can get it in the center. Okay, let's see. Okay. And there is the first sketch. Okay, sketch 2. I used this really pretty purple paper from the set, and I printed these out of some lavender mirrored cardstock, but I didn't have any gems that matched. So in this set there was actually supposed to be the holes for flowers, but I actually used it to cut out 6 little dots in place of gems to use on here, just in case I need them. So I'm not sure. I have an idea where I want to go with this, but not, exactly sure. So my idea, I think, will be one there and then one up here. With these, yeah. Okay, got it. Got it. So, this calls for 4 pieces. Like this. Now, I'm hoping that I get a good amount of wiggle room from this glue. We shall see, huh? I love this paper collection. It is so pretty. It's all just so pretty. Okay. Crafter's Companion does a beautiful job on things like this. They really do. And you saw when I was showing you the set, it's very complete. I don't see what else what they could have added to it. I got glue on the front there. It's all right, dries clear, no problem. But it's just beautiful. Anyway, this is one of the hardest parts for me, is trying to line everything up nice and neat like this. Especially when there's like no guidelines. It's a little difficult, but I think the result is going to be really, really nice. This guy could be moved a little bit, but it's stuck down now. Alrighty. No big deal. Just a little boo-boo. Okay. This one, since it actually overlaps a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and put the base down first, making sure my card is opening in the right direction. Okay. First, I'm going to do is center this. There you go. The colors in this are just so pretty. Right, now this goes in the center. Like I said, it hangs over. That's why I put that down first. So let's get this down. Now, if you really want to get technical, you can measure. And you can find where all your points need to be and whatnot. But I am just going to do it by eyeballing it. There we go. I think that looks good. I just love the colors in this kit. Now these are neat because these cutouts, the butterflies are actually loose. So you can fold up the wings to give some movement. And I'm going to put one up at the top and I'm going to put one down here at the bottom. Let me just fold those up just a little bit. And this would have been a good time to use, where you can use something like a whole sheet of adhesive to put this on, so you can just stick it right down. That is a really good time to use something like that. But I did not. So let me find a good spot to clip on here. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now when you're putting glue on something like this, you don't want to get glue on those wings that are loose, because that will just tamper the entire thing and then won't be able to lift up. So I got just a few dots. I'll put the first one down here in the corner. And I'm just lining it up on my purple piece here. Okay. Isn't that pretty? And I do still have papers and things from this set that I'm not using in this. And we will probably do some more projects with it. Just to see what, you know, what all I can get out of here. Again, just a few dots here and there. In strategic places. Okay, let's get a little too much there. There we go. Right in the middle. There and there. Okay. Just in strategic spots to hold it down. When you've got a good adhesive, you really don't need to use a lot of glue. Actually, the trick is to try and use as least, like the smallest amount that you can, honestly, to hold down your pieces. Because now I did get some glue seepage because it started coming out a little bit faster than I was ready for, but still, you don't want to overdo it, because you don't want to have a large amount of glue seepage, and there's really no reason. It's just a waste of product, honestly. So there is that so far. Now I have my purple hello that I want to put right across the middle. There. And I think this is also, yeah, this was also a Crafter's Companion die, but it's an older one. And I got it about 5 years ago or 4 years ago or something, I think. It was a while. I don't always remember where they've come from. So, I didn't have, and that looks good. I didn't have a very good system when I started doing this. So sadly, a lot of my packaging is gone, and some of the dies, I have no idea where they came from. But I am getting better, and I do have a new system, and I will be sharing it with you guys soon. So, in case it's something that you would like to try. I was thinking of putting one of those on each. I just don't want them empty, because it looks awfully empty otherwise. Let's see. Could do that. I know it's taking longer than I thought it would. I'm sorry, guys. And then maybe. Or is that too much? What do you think? Yeah, let me put the butterflies down first, and I'll take it from there. So I did have this planned out, believe it or not, in my head, but it's just not working the way that I had planned it to. Let's see. How about, wait a minute, I have an idea. How about, okay, I'm just going to put one little butterfly up there. I'm going to change mine. We go changing directions. I'm going to put one here, because I like that spot. I think that's a good spot. There we go, our little butterfly there. And then I think in the corners, I'm just going to put my little Let me see how 2 look, and we'll take it from there. Okay. We'll do 3. For some reason, things always look more pleasing to the eye in 3s. So, that is why you see most crafters doing 3. It's just aesthetically pleasing. Now let me put 3 up on the other side here. I'm going to put each one down separate though. Then I'm going to have an extra little butterfly for one of the other cards. Do one more. This little guy needs to slide down just a tad. There we go. Okay, put that aside. And there is sketch number 2. Okay, here is our 3rd card, or sketch number 3. And the only pieces that were actually cut out in the instructions are these pieces, which I've turned into banners. And it calls for a few layering pieces and whatnot. So, this is going to be a lot. First thing I'm going to do, and I'm using, this is coffee stain paper. So, first thing I'm going to do is, it's going to go this way and then on the card, like that. Okay, so I'm going to layer these up first to get them done. One. And then I'm going to put this piece on top. Now this is where I'm a little bit nervous. Because sometimes you can see glue through coffee stain paper. I'm not sure. Let me see. Get a scrap of it. Let me see. Okay, well that's good. You really can't see it through there. Oh, that's awesome. No, it looks good. I think we're good to go. All right. I know a lot of times, like sometimes it can come through. It comes through more on vellum actually too. So if you're ever using vellum and glue, be careful. That you really have to be careful of. Let's layer this up. There we go. Okay. And I just love the texture of coffee stain paper. It's so awesome. Sadly, I did not coffee stain this myself. I had to buy it because where I live, I really can't coffee stain paper right now. And that stinks. Okay, these pieces, let me see. Yeah, they're going to go all the way across. Okay, so I'm going to glue this down on the base. Just get that done. Just because again, some of the pieces come across and they go onto the actual card base. That looks good. One spot I missed though, I'm noticing it's coming up right here in the corner. Put a little glue under there. Okay. There we go. Very nice. Okay, then the next pieces that go on are these. And they line right up to this piece. And they line up right across the top there. And I'm thinking that'll work. Okay. And these, again, I'm just gluing everything directly down. I'm not using anything to bump anything up with. So the first one, I want to give it right about there. There we go. So you see just a little bit of the background on the side there. Okay, then the next one goes in the middle. I hope my hands are staying in on the screen. Something like this, that's where you need to be a little, take a little care just to make sure everything lines up nice with the first one, because the other ones fall in line behind it. So if the first one is off a little bit, everything will be off. And it may not be noticeable at first, but usually by the time you get like to the third piece, you can really tell when something is off. And if you use coffee stain paper like I did, you really can't pull things up off of it. It just rips the paper completely. So it's kind of a one and done kind of deal, but that's fine. And there's so many layers. I'm not bumming up because it would be so much stuff. But one thing you can do is you can put another piece of I can't even talk. Like another little piece of cardstock under here to give it a little oomph if you wanted to under there, but I am not going to. Let me just put this one down. If your cardstock is really thick, I probably would. Just because it would look bent. But I think this is going to be just fine. I'm going to put it right about there, I think. Is that like even? This side looks a little low. There, okay. Okay, so we got that so far. Now, it's supposed to have the 3 circles and like a sentiment on the middle circle. And they sit like right here. Okay. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to omit the 3rd circle because I cut out this thank you. And I did cut that and the butterfly out of paper from the pack so it would match. And I'm just going to lay this on here and then I'm going to use a butterfly. But I'm going to show you. Look at this. I found a butterfly on one of the papers and I put my die over top of it. So I actually got the butterfly body from the paper and its wings. I think it looks kind of cool. And my husband was like, yeah, whatever. But he couldn't really see it in a photo. But I like it. I think it looks really cool that way. So, and I've already bent up its wings a little bit there. But yeah, I'm only going to do the 2 circles. Just because the 3rd one, it just looks like way too much. And again, this is coffee stain paper. This is not. This is the parchment cardstock that I showed you guys in the beginning of the video. Okay. There we go. Okay. Put a little bit more glue. Apparently this glue doesn't spread as much as I thought it would. Hey, you learn something new. Every time you have a new product, you're learning new things. So there you go. Okay, now let me get glue on the bottom. Now, if I was just doing something in the middle, I probably would pop this up on some tape. But my thank you hangs over, and I don't want it just kind of hanging, you know, out in the middle of nothing. So I'm going to put this right there. I know it's a lot of layers and it's a lot of stuff, but it's going to look so nice when it's done. Tweezers are there. Let me put this. Okay. And my thank you is going to go, I think, right there. These are so thin and so fragile. Okay. You have to really be careful with these. It's another one. It probably would have been a good idea to use, well, I mean, you could use like an adhesive sheet on these as well, just because it's so fragile. Okay. And I'm going to put it Oops. And it stretched. I honestly think that most of my dies that I'm using are Crafter's Companion dies with this one. They do, I know the butterflies, they do a lot of butterflies. Sarah does, who owns the company. I love these fancy dies. I think they're just so pretty. Okay, so then we have the U. Guess right about there. Okay, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. What do you guys think? Look, isn't that pretty? Okay. And then I'm thinking just putting the butterfly like down there in the corner. I mean, he's not really necessary, but I like it. I really like it. So I'm going to put her right there. Yes, her, it's girl butterfly. I don't know. Just because it's peach. Or pinky peach. Okay, and there is number 3. If you like this video and like these kind of videos, please give it a thumbs up and share with a crafty friend. And also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It helps me get noticed by other crafty people like you. And that's all I have. I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.